Hi there, everyone. We are Mayan. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about our newest platform, Smart Ads, and it is a powerful technology that will change your Amazon game. Thank you so much for you all being here today. First of all, we're going to just introduce ourselves, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the Smart Ads platform, and then we will make time for any questions and answers you might have. But before we get started, I just wanted to get everyone familiar with our console. Some of you might be familiar with it, but on the right-hand side, you are able to book a call with our product specialist, and those product specialists are going to be Eugenio and Henry, who are going to be on the call. They actually built the Smart Ads platform, so they're going to be able to tell you like how it's going to be able to work for you and your brand. Also, we give away, not give away, but we do advertising audits. It's a $1,000 value. And the audit basically answers questions like, am I wasting any ad spend on low performing targets? How can I increase higher converting ad placements? And how can I position my ads to beat the competition? So really, it's just taking a look and identifying any opportunities in your ad spend that you might have and see where you can optimize that. Over on the left-hand side, you can ask a question to our panelist. Whenever we get to that Q&A section after we go over the product, then we'll be able to answer any of those questions. So feel free to shoot any questions and put them right in there. I wanted to talk to you guys and just tell you a little bit about Mayan. Mayan is the only PPC optimization platform built by MIT data scientists. And one of the things that we really like to talk about is that our customer success managers are proven Amazon and PPC experts. This really is one of our key differentiators in the market. A lot of the account managers out there really just focus on the platform and the technology and how to utilize the technology and how to onboard customers. But our customer success managers are either current or former Amazon sellers. And so they understand the entire infrastructure of selling on Amazon, and they're also PPC experts. So you're going to get a much more in-depth account management, customer success management experience that's going to give you business strategy, selling strategy, and obviously PPC strategy. Let's see. So before we get started, I want anybody to just drop into the chat where you're located, where you're dialing in from, and maybe like what you sell on Amazon or how long you've been selling on Amazon. Helps us just better understand, some of the problems are, where you are in your stage. Just to introduce myself, I'm April Beasley. I am the Director of Growth Marketing here. I've been here for almost a year, but I have over 20 years of experience in working with early stage startups and marketing in general. And then I'll pass it over to Henry to introduce himself.
Hey everyone, I'm Henry. I've been making products for a little over a decade now. I started at small startups. I've also worked in enterprise, and I'm really fortunate to have joined Mayan a little time after April actually. They already have a fantastic team, which makes my job to build products much easier. Next, Eugenio, who's actually on my team.
Hey there, Eugenio.
Oh, sorry, I'm muted there. Apologies.
Yeah,
I'm Eugenio, one of the product managers here at Mayan. And like Henry said, I've been here I'm going to get close to 2 years now. So one of the early employees and has helped build the platform to where it's today. Excited to show it to you.
Thank you both. So glad you're here. And thank you so much for walking us through Smart Ads. So I will pass it back over to Henry to talk a little bit about why we built Smart Ads.
Sure. So Smart Ads is actually a suite of technology we have built and used internally for a while with great success. And we wanted to polish this set of tools enough so that we can share it with you guys, especially for those who are on the call. So, I mean, it's the same technology we use internally, but we have optimized it so that it's easier to use for anyone else who's not on our team and wants to make, well, like the name implies, ads management smarter. So if you go to the next slide, and why do you even have to work with us if you can advertise on Amazon's own platform? Well, Amazon is constantly changing its own rules. Its platform is relatively complicated to use. The competition is increasing, and that's why you still need to do advertising. I mean, yeah, sure, you can post your products there and hope for the best, but with that competition and the current climate, you want to take as much of an advantage as possible. And other BPC tools in the market right now are quite complicated, and a lot of them are focused on cranking up your ad spend, frankly. So yeah, back to you, April.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, with Smart Ads, you know, this is especially true with Amazon sellers. Time is money, and we save you both. You know, I mean, part of the reason why we built Smart Ads and our technology is, you know, we just understood that so many sellers were spending the majority of their time on advertising whenever they really need to be, you know, looking to find out what is that next best product? What's the competition doing? You know, there's so many more things to be doing, and they're just really trying to be PPC experts. So with Smart Ads, it is ad spend efficient, it is time efficient, and just like Henry said, you know, a lot of these other platforms want to spend your money, but we give you that control. You're able to really have your ads perform, but you still have that control. So here we go.
Yeah, thank you, April. So what you're seeing here on screen is one of our centralized dashboards. The really cool thing about this one is we are combining numerous data sources, so you don't need to manually pull and cross-reference data from multiple sources to get the insights that you can take action on immediately. You'll immediately see sales data with, for example, gross sales data in the same chart, right, like you see right here. And I mean, you can do the same thing on Amazon, but you would have to go back and forth. You would have to compare data, and then you would have to do your own manual data checks to see what's going on. Eugenio, can you walk us through the details of our dashboards right here?
Yeah, you explained it really well. I would say high level, what we want to do is really give you a historical insight into how your ad sales has performed in the last like 30 days. How does ROAS look, total sales, tacos, etc., to give you a good understanding of where your business is at, where your advertising is at. And so that's really what we focus on, so you can take the right decisions. And that could be increasing ad spend, decreasing it, switching tactics. It's really just putting that power of combining all that data into your hands in some simple to use dashboards. In this particular dashboard, for example, what we really focus on is your profitability. We care a lot about your bottom line. We don't want to just show you reasons why you should spend more. What we want is to show you ways that you can increase your profitability. And so this profitability dashboard helps you see some of the summary metrics of how your business is doing and how has that changed over time. So how are gross sales trending? How's profitability trending? And then if you go to the next slide, you can really start diving deeper into how much of the sales are coming from organic, how much are coming from ads, how is that ratio or evolving over time? Because maybe you can see that it's worth updating some of the images or keywords for listing, or maybe it's time to decrease ad spend or increase it back up for a particular product. So here we give you something that Amazon Seller Central really doesn't break out quite easily. And so we make it very easy for you to see where you really are driving growth from. finally, like one of the main things that we focus on is being product level driven. So we don't see your business just as overall how our sales doing. What we believe is that each product is an individual business line, and that you should be able to look at it from end to end, sales to net profit for that particular product. And so what we do with these charts here is we break down so that you can see very easily for any given product what percentage is margin, what percentage is total the Amazon fees, what your COGS is looking like across the particular products, how do refunds look, and then we can break it down also on the gross numbers. So gross sales for a particular product, very likely you have one or two top sellers and then other new products that you're trying to launch. And so here you're able to see each of those particular products, and it can start giving you ideas of, hey, maybe like this product is not spending a lot on advertising and we should allocate some more, especially since it's a new product and we should be more aggressive. And it'll impact the gross profit in the short term, but maybe there's potential in the long term to increase that. So that's really what we try to do with these charts, and we found them to be very effective with our sellers and our team internally to really help you drive growth for each individual product and eventually your whole business.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, cool, Eugenio. So yeah, I mean, the human brain is designed to be creative and is designed for critical thinking, and it gets easily bored to do repetitive tasks or if it has to remember something. So internally, we built an automation to help us build campaign creation, because if you have to build a campaign for every product of yours, that can become a very repetitive task really fast, and you would have to do the same thing, and things can go wrong. And that's why we're applying machine learning in our automated campaign creation tool that we want to share with you. That includes category targeting, competitor product targeting, among a few other things. But one really cool thing where machines actually can also become creative is our keyword generator tool. And Eugenio has more to tell you about it.
Yeah, so if we go to the next slide, I can walk you through the keyword generator. So we've built a set of machine learning models that leverage natural language processing, which basically what it means is that we look at a listing to understand really what the product is about. In this case, we see here that there's a snorkel mask that the client is trying to sell. And what the model does is it understands what the product is about, and from there generates keywords that should be targeted. And these are keywords not just something as broad as mask or something very like long tail. We really focus on keywords that are going to drive value for your business, that have a lot of potential for conversion and will increase your ROAS and sales. And so we do this not just around keywords, but as Henry mentioned, also on competitor targets. So we can look at competitor listings and determine who really is your competitor. And we also look at other metrics such as reviews to really determine which competitors are actually getting more volume than you. And we provide a very easy mechanism for you to add them to your campaigns. So if you go to the next slide, here it's one example of like how easy we make it. You just select which model you want to run. Again, these models run each time, give fresh new ASINs and keywords that you can add to campaigns. And so you select a model to run, and the next day you'll get a bunch of results, over 200, 300 results just for each individual item that you send, that will then you can review and you can decide which ones you want to target. So this goes back to giving you control. We don't just want to add everything for you and take all the guesswork out. We want to give you the best insights and then have you make your own decision as to which products you want to target, which keywords do you actually want or not. So we give you a lot of control paired with a lot of machine learning and AI.
Perfect.
All right, and this is our placement adjustment tool. So what you can see here is Well, we have been trying to make it easier than Amazon's own Seller Central or Amazon's ad platform. It can be really annoying to adjust these bids in Amazon. Like, for example, if you want to do placement adjustments, you would have to go campaign by campaign, find the campaign you're looking for, and then make those adjustments here. Here we have implemented some data aggregation and trying to make it easy for you to take action on how you want to adjust your bids. So the objective for this particular feature implementation is to make things for you as quick and as easy as possible. Would you like to add anything, Rania?
Yeah, just that. I would say placement adjustments is an example of very much an advanced seller strategy that very big sellers utilize a lot to really get their ads in the top positions on top of search and product pages. And so if you're not leveraging that right now, you really should. And we make it very easy for you to do so. So we're again trying to, this is like what sets us apart of, we have sellers on our team. We know what things work on Amazon. A lot of tools out there completely disregard placement adjustments, and we see that it drives excellent ROAS for all of our clients. And we're taking those expert seller insights and putting them into tools that you can use.
Great, thank you.
And this is another pretty cool automation that we wanted to tell you about, which is inventory-informed ads automations. So what that basically, so how we stand out actually is that Amazon does not automatically pause based on inventory unless you're FBA. But even if you're FBA, the problem there might be that their automations may turn off your ads only when your product runs out, which is obviously bad. And not only that, we have other machine learning models applied to inventory-informed actions such as seasonality-based actions on those ads, which Eugenio can tell you more about.
Yeah, so what we do is, again, we have machine learning models that really help us determine how many days of inventory you have left. And that's not just like a straight equation. There's a whole model behind it that learns every day and adjusts for seasonality. We look at the history of your product. And if there's no history, we have other ways to really determine for a new product how quickly it will sell. And then going back to giving you the ability to control that. If you go to the next slide, here's an example of how we give you that control. We create the machine learning model that predicts when you're likely to go out of stock. But then you have the control of saying, hey, if the model predicts that I'm going to go out of stock in 5 days, please like pause the ads for this particular product. And we take care of that. So we're not deciding for you when something should be paused. We're just telling you, hey, this is likely to go out of stock at this point. Would you want to set an automation to pause it at whatever threshold you want? So sometimes customers want 30 days, sometimes customers want 2 days, and it really is up to you. And then we also just give you the ability to say, you know, if we have less than 15 units, but there's still more than 5 days of inventory, still pause it. Like, you can have that customization ability, and we will pause whichever one comes first with our automation. So this is a great way to make sure that you don't go out of stock, to reduce your sales velocity while you're trying to send in more inventory and avoid risk of losing your organic ranking because of stockage situation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you both going through the product and showing, like, you know, the background of why we built certain things and how it can really help sellers. At the end of the day, you know, it really is all about performance, saving time, and saving money, really helping those sellers get that competitive edge. And so this month, beginning this month, we are actually starting a 30-day free trial for our Smart Ads platform. And just to review what all comes with it, it is that automated full campaign creation. It's the keyword generator tool, profitability dashboard, inventory informed ads automation, category targeting, competitor product targeting, placement adjustment, and keyword harvesting automation. That's all for $199 a month. And again, your first month is free. We want to give you an opportunity to try it out and see what you think. So if you just scan this QR code, that's going to take you directly to a link to talk to our product specialist, Eugenio and Henry, and they'll be able to also walk you through it in the context of, understanding exactly what you are selling and how it can really help you. And one final thing, we wanted to just remind you that we do free advertising audits. I had the joy of interviewing Lou from Bazillion Dreams as one of our very first customers. And he actually came to us from a competitive platform, and he had a 1.22 average ROAS, and we were able to take him to an 11.13 ROAS in just a few months. And so, we've helped many brands like that, and happy to help you as well. So that audit, I'm actually going to pass it over to Eugenio because he can tell you a little bit more about what we do on those audits because he's done plenty of those himself.
Yeah, for sure. So the advertising audit, really what we do is we take a doctor approach to your advertising to really determine what areas of your advertising are healthy and which areas really need some work to get to the next level. And so we do this completely free, and you're able to determine from there where you're wasting ad spend. And we've uncovered for some sellers wasted ad spend of over $20,000 a month on just targets that really do not convert and that don't have good performance. And so we are able to show you that and where your high converting ad spend is going and where you should go moving forward so you can beat the competition, get the increase your ranking, and be able to grow your business. So as April mentioned earlier, it has a value of $1,000, and we do it completely for free. Even if you don't end up working with us, it's a great way to just get insights into your business on the advertising side and get to the next level as a seller.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We do have a question, and right before, let me just finish this up and then we can answer that question. Just to finish off the audit process, we've been doing these audit processes, I think, for the last 3 years, really helping people understand the opportunities that they have on their seller account with what they're selling. It's very specific to your products and exactly how you like to sell. And, that's where we're focusing on, what is your strategy? What are your business goals? Looking at all your advertising performance metrics and drilling down to those keywords. But we've got one question, and I can take this or you can take this, Henry. How is the software different or better than other PPC tools out there? Do you want to take that, Henry?
Yeah, I can take that out there. It's depending on the context, but in the context of Amazon itself, I think we have a closer focus on utilizing machine learning models on data. And that's basically on what foundation Mayan has been built on. The 3 founders have been heavily invested in the technology, in building the technology that is behind Mayan, and they pride themselves being data scientists and data nerds from MIT. So that is I think one differentiation that others are also telling us that they like about us, which is we're not solely trying to get you to spend more on advertising, but we are trying to find smarter ways to optimize our ads. And even before putting that into your own hands, we have battle tested these technologies with our internal teams as well before we launched this out to the public. So we actually have waited on launching smart ads. We pretty much had the technology since last year, but we wanted to fine tune it before putting it in your hands. Would you like to add anything to that, April?
No, I mean, I think that one of the things that we believe is very different is we give you that performance, but we also give you that control. That is one thing that we've heard whenever people come over from competitive platforms is that the platform and the automations just start increasing bids and you end up spending a lot more. And whenever you have a lot of products, that can, I mean, overspending can amount to $10,000. It can amount to $15,000. So it's not just necessarily, it's just not something that is really small. It was a lot of money for some of the sellers that came over. We have also found that our automations and our platforms has really saved people a lot of money, and that it's very efficient with that spend. So. And I think we've got one final question. Let's see. If I have limited budget for advertising, how do you help on that? I can go ahead and take that. I think that we've got multiple ways for that. I think the best thing for you to do is to take us up on that audit and really let one of our customer success members understand exactly what your goals are, what your limited budget is, and then they can help you find that path of like what is right for you. But we have definitely worked with a lot of people that have limited budget, and we were able to increase their sales and their revenue, and that was able to change. So I say go ahead and get that that audit, and we can start from there. All right, I am trying to move us back to the old slide, but I think that is it. Thank you so much for all of your time, and Eugenio and Henry, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.